What up, everybody? Hope y'all out there having a blessed and wonderful day. As always, remember two things. It's a good day to be alive, but an even better day to be great. So get up and get to the grind, whatever that may be for you. All right, today I have another special guest. Like I said, the guests that are on my podcast, they might not be special to you guys, but they're special to me. So I want to introduce the people that are special in my life to everybody out there. Everybody has a wonderful story to tell, and I want to introduce y'all to my little brother, Rey Drumgoole, whose name I misspelled twice on my calendar. He been giving me shit for it since he got here. Like, what the hell is this?
Right.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Glad to have you.
Always glad to be here.
Despite the stature, this is little bro. All right, comes from a family of athletes, right?
Yeah.
Family of athletes.
Family of them.
Give us a little background on like a little bit who you are, what you do, the family of athletes. Shout out to Peaches.
No. All right, so I'm Rey Drumgoole, R-E-Y, by the way, not R-A-Y. I don't know that guy, right? But R-E-Y, it means son and it means king. But I'm the last of 7. I got 3 brothers, 3 sisters, and then there's me. And we all play sports. Me personally, I play football, soccer, ran cross country.
I feel like you were the protege to Isaac.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Ify.
for sure, yeah.
I feel like you were closing that gap really fucking fast.
Oh, quick, yeah. I mean, I learned, so, when it comes to football, they kind of set the foundation.
Yeah.
Because it was like, all right, they're corners, they shut down everything. So, like, all what they did in high school kind of trickled down to me.
Yeah.
So it's like when I got there, they was like, oh, yeah, you friend, little brother, you Isaac, little bro. I was like, yeah.
Did you play corner?
I played safety. I played safety in high school. So a crazy fact is, so my junior year in high school, there was 7 touchdown passes thrown. Mm-hmm. 2 of them was when I was on the field, and the rest wasn't when I was on there. So it was like it was crazy. My football season was crazy.
You had the crazy stats.
Yeah, I had some stats. I had a game-winning stat.
Okay, game-winning stats. All right, before we get into that, so I remember growing up, like, it's a fucking cornerback, right? He was like, all right, the speed. He was obsessed with running the 40. Ify was like more smooth. He was trying to be Dion, right?
Yeah,
he had like
finesse.
I remember us going to a game where he got sat out for 2 games, but we was in the crowd. It was like, you want to win? Put Ify in.
Yeah, I remember that definitely. He was
I don't
crazy
even know if you
work.
remember that, but we were there and he was on the sideline and y'all was getting fucking crushed. And we was like, bro, just put him in the game. But I think he got into a fight or something stupid. Got suspended for a game or 2.
Yeah.
And then we came like 2 or 3 games later, and then he fucking around, had a pick.
Just chilling.
He should have had like 3 picks that game. Mm-hmm. He had like 1 or 2. I think he had 2 or a pick and a pass breakup.
I remember that.
And I'm just like,
he should have put him in.
He should have put him in, man.
So one of my favorite things when I was watching my brothers play, Ify, we was playing Sparta. They were playing Sparta or whatever, and he picked the ball, pick 6.
Yeah.
And I think this was the dopest thing I ever really seen. Pick 6. Flip in the end zone, throw the flag. I was like, oh, he's crazy, but he turned up though. I remember, so I always looked like my brothers really did set a foundation for me to follow. Like all my siblings do really, which is why I do what I do now. It's like, man, all of them are so great. I'm the last of 7, I gotta bring it up right.
You're the baby boy. I feel like you take the most punishment from all the siblings.
Oh, yeah, right.
All the siblings, right?
All of them. I remember crazy stories.
You take all the punishment from all the siblings, but then you kind of like take all that and you use it to say, okay, well, everything they did, like my youngest sister is mad competitive. Like everybody in our family. I'm one of 8, right? And my youngest sister is the youngest of 8. So I'm the youngest boy of 8, and then she's the youngest girl of 8.
Like that.
So it's like you kind of have this foundation of, hey, I saw everything they did. Now I got to surpass that.
Exactly.
Right?
That's it. That's definitely a thing because, like I said, they're all great. I mean, they're great in their own way. So with that, I always say that I'm the last of 7. My greatest attribute is adaptability because they all act way different. They all treated me way different, but then they're all like the same. If you're around us, all they do is just talk smack, but they're also like it's like tough love. So it's like it's your adapt.
That's the old era we grew up in, and it was like that's kind of like how, especially young boys, how like we kind of show love for each other, like older brothers, like stuff like that.
I mean, I remember this when you were throwing the little picnics in Millersville. I remember when y'all used to play like actual tackle football and thing. Y'all was telling us, you was like, oh, Ray's in there, like Ray, you playing? I was like, all right, cool. And I remember hitting this dude, picking him up, slamming him, and all my brothers, oh, who's this guy? I remember it so crazy. I was like, that's a core memory. It was like, oh my goodness, I did that.
These are. I used to tell people all the time, like, yo, we used to have these crazy picnics when we out there playing tackle football.
Tackle football,
and you have every generation. You have like me, my older brothers, then like uncles and everybody. Everybody's playing. So I remember, like, we don't care how old you are. If you're out there on the field, you about to get hit.
Yeah, you gotta get hit. So
whenever we see, like, the younger brothers or anything like that making the plays now, it's like, oh, that's kind of like rite of passage, like growing up.
I remember.
And I'll tell a story about, like, at the last picnic that we had, we didn't play any football, all that stuff. Everybody's older now. Right. I'm the only, like, pro athlete. I'm like, I want to play. But we just played some volleyball and stuff. But we were telling stories where me and Khalik used to go at it, and Khalik's like little bro, so he used to be real tiny and skinny, and then he hit his little growth spurt. He went from playing cornerback at Baldwin, and he was out there like never would go in for a tackle to like lighting people up.
Yeah.
So when we was out there playing ball, I remember him like stonewalling me, and I'm like, bro, when you? So we would have the battles back and forth and stuff like that. And,
volleyball matches used to be intense too. Those used to be intense.
What
the on the picnic when y'all? That was intense.
Yeah. I was like, you would think from a
competitive
distance,
is our nature for sure.
You couldn't tell if we was having a good time or we was getting ready to fight. Probably a little bit of both.
Both,
because
we
always throwing hands. But that was definitely some core memories. Like you talk about city boys like from New York, Philly, up north area, moving down south, and then adopting the like. Because I believe if we was up north, we would have been b-ball. Like that would have been probably the majority of what we played. Like in the city, you play what's around. We play basketball, but down south is like
football.
It's the closest thing you can get to throwing hands. Basically, it's like I put my body on the line, you put your body on the line.
Right.
All right. So we talked a little bit about like your sports background. I also felt like, dude, when you hit your growth spurt, you were like bigger than Efi. As tall as Issa, but you were bigger than Issa. It was like, I was like, yo, the little bro's gonna have all the physical attributes for football. I'm like, size, strength, speed, younger brother. He's the one that if anybody gonna go to the NFL, it's this one right here.
So I definitely feel like if I put the work in to get there, I would have got there. But I was, like I went 16. I started hurting myself, so I broke my hip twice. I had two ACL surgeries.
Football's
football, and it was just one after the other type of thing. But after that, it was like, all right, I don't really want to necessarily play football because one, there's dogs in college, there's dogs in NFL. It's like a thing, but it was like, I mean, I could do it if I wanted to, but it was like I don't want to
like
a super goal of mine. I was like,
I want to play sports.
Yeah, I'm just good at sports. I'm a natural athlete. You're a natural athlete, youngest of 7. All my siblings played. It's just kind of in the blood. So it's like I do want to use my head, right? Because that's the sharpest tool that we ever have is our mind. So it's like, I mean, I'm really smart too.
That's a great point you have, right? Because I don't look at it as like a good thing, bad thing, but that's how like people think of things, right? When you see young minorities and you see them in shape, first thing people ask is, what sport you play? Yeah. Where are you going, right? And I don't look at it as like a slight, like, oh, why are you thinking that? It's like, well,
I mean, you built like, I look at it as a compliment though. Because it's like, oh, you look good, so you're like, of course.
If you built like a bodybuilder, I'm like, shit, how much you lift, right?
That's
You're
it,
like, how dare you, right? So I don't like when people take that super offensive. Like you said, we grew up tough love, so I'm like, I take that shit as a compliment. Right?
You're really telling me I look good. Okay, cool. Okay, I see. Exactly. I mean, I look a little bit. I was I went to a OBAP conference. It's an organization of Black aerospace pilots. And
we're gonna get to that. Say that one more time.
OBAP.
What does that stand
Organization of Black Aerospace Pilots or Professionals, right?
Okay. So what we haven't talked about at all, we went straight into the football, and like I said, we got our history. So a lot of people don't know that. What do you do for a living?
I'm a pilot.
He's a pilot.
I'm a professional pilot.
Professional pilot. Yeah. All right. So he traded in the cleats and all the other stuff. And can you walk us through your journey? Like, all right, how you said I was good at sports, but that's not really what my focus was. I was way more up here on stuff that he wanted to do. Can you take us through the journey on obviously how becoming a pilot? Because like, if you would have asked us growing up, I don't think any of us would have chose pilot.
Right.
That wouldn't have been on our radar. We might have picked something sports, entertainment, might have picked doctors, might have picked health professionals, all these other things. Lawyer, we could have picked all this stuff. I don't ever remember anybody growing up with saying,
pilot.
yo, I'm going to be a pilot.
Yeah.
That's, to me, I'm like, I look at that when people look at me, it's like, yo, you fight professionally. Like, yo, you a professional athlete. I'm like, nigga, you a pilot, right?
Nah, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same energy. It's like, man, because it's whenever you do get to focus, like you as a fighter, to me, it's like, bro, you got it, bro. Like you have something completely different than like most people, because when you get to competitive and you actually have to, someone's in your face and you really got to do it, and it's like they're skilled like you, it's like, all right, you got to focus, and that's kind of being a pilot in a sense of like you're fighting wind, you're fighting weather, you're fighting the aircraft trying to not do right, you find like external pressures, like people trying to get you there. So the journey that I really took was, you know, growing up, as well as I did sports, like my dad, he took me to places. He's a truck driver, so he always, you know, took me when I was younger.
Shout out to Pops.
Hey, shout out to Pops for sure. Like, I mean, he really opened up like the travel bag.
Ain't nobody had a better fucking
Fro.
To
this day.
Yo,
to this day.
I swear, like, I think that shit fake, bro. Like,
To this day, smooth. Trust me. So it's.
We're not gonna talk about what your brother did to my fro that one time.
Man, look, I don't even want to talk about the patch he made in my
head.
head.
We're gonna handle it.
Yeah, we need
that
to.
Motherfucker made my shit. He said, man, just let me do it. And I let him do it. He fucked my shit up, man.
Man, my brother put a patch in my head.
Man.
He put a patch in my head before. I was like, yeah, we
Don't
got
let
some.
him be a barber, dog.
No, for sure. After that, I was like, no, I'm sorry. We're going to barbers. But
all right. So you say your pops took you on the road. You know, your dad was a trucker, and so you got to see a lot of different things. When did, like, even growing up, when you decided to become a pilot, and you told me, I never knew that was a thing. When did that like thought process go in your head to say like, man, that's something I want to do, or what sparked it? Like, what was that first moment for you? It was like, we're on the ground. You're like, I want to be in the air.
Yeah, right. What sparked it was really, you know, trying to think about what I wanted to do, right? Because if, you know, you get hurt playing football, you have to think, all right, I'm smart. Like, I'm getting the grades because I wanted to go to Georgia Tech. Yeah. Because I'm getting the grades to get there. Like, all right, I want to be an aerospace engineer. Like, what is that really? It's like, oh, that's like astronaut stuff. I'm like, oh, wait, hold up. I ain't trying to, no, I'm good. Lunar Unlimited, but I ain't trying to go to the moon, you feel me? I just started thinking about what I can do, you know, and
in that field. But you like that field, the aerospace field?
Yeah, I just like traveling, right? Okay. So I'm in my head. I keep it kind of simple. It's like I'm in my head, like, how can I get money, but also how can I travel? And then it's like my dad is a real inspiration because he's a truck driver. Yeah. He's traveling, getting paid to travel. How can I kind of, you know, maximize that, be a little bit different, think outside the box? Because, you know, I'm just sitting there thinking, it's like, well, I like to travel. I want to get paid a lot of money. And I like something that's kind of like hands-on, because I'm a hands-on learner. I'm a welder as well. So it's like, so I was like, being a pilot. And you know what I mean? And I started talking to my grandpa. He was a paratrooper. And you know, it was like, oh, okay. It started, you know. And so for my birthday, my mom actually was like, she got me a Discovery flight. Discovery flight is when you just you get to go for an hour with the pilot and you get to fly around and do it. And you know, so
did she know this prior to getting you a Discovery flight or no?
Yeah, she was like, well, I was talking about it. I was like, you know, I want to be a pilot. And like, shout out to my parents, because they really do not like, you want to do it, we got you. We'll support you. It's like, you know, just do something that you want to do. Okay, cool. And it's like,
that's great.
Pilot, that's so outside the box. All right, let's do some stuff. So so for my birthday, maybe it'd be my 16, 17 birthdays around that time. She booked in Middle Georgia State. Shout out to them as well,
Shout
right?
out to Middle Georgia State, okay.
And she booked the Discovery flight, went up for an hour. I was like, you know, they showed me what I'm gonna be training for. I was like, oh, this is it? This is kind of fun. Like, it's competitive in a way. It's like, it's hands-on. It's very much focused. Like, I can do this. And I'm not scared of heights or anything. So I was like, I can do this. And after that, I was like, I'm hooked. I want to be a pilot. Like, I want to do this. So, you know, I just committed to it at that point. It's like, I committed to be a pilot, do everything I need to do. I think in a weird way, it's like, in my whole school, no one in my grade, no one has talked about being a pilot in my school. Like, you know, small town, no one thought about that. All my friends, sports, you know, doing other things, it's like, he's the only pilot. And I've been talking to him. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. So, and they were just kind of cool. So I think, you know, I'm getting the grades. I'm standing out in school as well. Mm-hmm. and the school brought like some kind of drone program because I'm in like all the programs, so like I'm showing like I want to do something.
Around what year?
That was
what year is this?
my senior year.
Okay.
They brought in
Senior
the
in high school?
Yeah, senior
Okay.
in high school because you're a senior now. They're looking at you. I'm in
Yeah.
all the honors programs. I'm welding. I'm doing all these. I play sports. Like I'm a
This guy's a great fit for whatever we want.
So they can put something around me. So they brought in like a drone thing, and that was kind of like my first taste of like flying in a way of like, but it's a drone. It's not a plane. So it was like, all right, cool. They brought that. That's
but it just gives you like a visual optic of like controlling something that's taking flight. That's different because like when you talk about in the air, you are going in every motion. You're going forward, backwards, up, down, left, right.
There's three axes.
Yes, 3 axes. So it's a X, Y, and Z.
Yes,
but
literally.
then one force on one area can force something on another area to go away. So it's not like a car where you're on the ground. So now I can go this way or this way. I can't just go through the ground.
Right.
So it's like you have all these other things into play. I think that's what I'm fascinated with physics.
Oh, look, aerodynamics is a big thing of flying, right? So you have the horizontal axis, the lateral axis, and then the vertical axis, right? Those are the three different. So you're really like circling like this way. It's literally like your hand in the air is doing all this. Yeah. All this. Like, and so that looks funny, right? Doing it, right? Just like, but no, seriously, that's like a plane in a sense. But like the way that I describe it is like if you feel this, like you can feel the air moving. That's the same thing as a plane. It's just kind of displacing matter in a way. It's displacing the atmosphere. But it is way different. It's literally you can pull 0 Gs. I mean, I've done aerobatic flights where I'm doing the loops. I have some videos of it. I'm gonna definitely show you. But like,
hey, can you? If there's videos you can share, send them.
We'll
clip them here.
It's
you didn't
cool,
pass
though.
out any of them, did you?
No, man, I'm built for this. Like like I really will say I'm adaptable and I'm built different. Like you really have to have a mindset to be a pilot because every day you go up, there's a risk factor of you can lose your life at any point. Something bad can go wrong.
So let's pivot. We'll get back to being a pilot.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're going to talk about, no one out there knows, but the elephant in the room, right? So you had a pretty big accident. How old were you when this happened?
I was 20.
20?
Yeah. I just turned 20.
You had just turned 20?
Yeah. Literally 2 months after I turned 20.
I was going to say, was this before or after your birthday? I remember when
it was after. It was July 15th.
July 15th.
Birthday May 5th.
All right. So can I tell you my initial response when I heard it?
Yeah.
Initial response, I was like, fuck. And then I was like, not even in a bad way. I was like, he gonna bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
And like, literally, that was my whole thought process. It was like, a major accident happens. Everybody's like, yo, is he okay? What's good? And it was like, yo, there's like, Ray got into an accident. I was like, when you say that, you got to preface like, number one, is he alive?
Right.
Right? And it's like, he's good, but, and I'm like, what's the but? Like, what's the next thing? Because I remember, I've been, growing up, how we grew up.
Yeah.
How many times we're on the other side of that phone where it's not bad, right? It's not good. It's like, I remember getting that call from about my uncle. It was like, your uncle's in an accident. I'm like, you're only calling me because he's either dead or close to it. And then it was like, hey, an hour later, he's passed.
Yeah, I remember
so it was like, I've been on that side where it's like, and I'm like, I've been on that side so many times. I'm just like, hey, bro, don't withhold bad news. If it's bad, slap me in the mouth. You already slapped me in the mouth. You said little bro got into an accident. Little bro's into an accident. I'm like, okay, but what's the but? It's like, I think he might be losing a limb. And I'm like, that's not a small but. That's that's major. So kind of walk me through that. Because you said mindset is more important than anything, right?
It is, yeah.
And I try and go over that with my youth class. Like I have over 70 kids in my martial arts youth program. I also go over this with my adults, especially competitors. I'm like, skill set can be taught. Mindset is hard as fuck, right? But like when I found out, literally, I was like, oh, lost a limb? That's little bro? He gonna bounce back. That was literally my thought process. It was like, I remember, I think texting, I called your brothers because I was like, hey, I know your phone's probably fucking flooded right now. And I don't want to feel bad for feeling bad, but I don't want to add to negative feelings. So I was like, hey, Is he cool to reach out to? Because if anybody knows, it's gonna be your brothers. And I'm like, hey, I call older brother, I call Efi, and I was like, yo, is he cool to reach out to? They're like, yeah, he's good. I said, all right, I'm gonna just send him a message and then text him. If he need anything, he can reach out.
Right.
Because like as guys, I'm not gonna keep bugging you. That shit
That's
kinda
real,
get
yeah.
annoying, right? When I got into my car accidents and I'm on, hey, yo, you okay? You need it? I'm like, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I gotta get through some shit. I appreciate it, so I don't want you to think I'm being like standoffish. But like when I found that out, I'm like, okay, lost a limb, accident. He gonna be good. Called older brothers. Boom. They said call you. They said I was like number still the same. Bet. Send a message. I was like, if you reach out, you reach out. If not, I'll reach back out in some time. But I'm gonna give you some time because like that's a process. So can you kind of talk a little bit? Because this is the first time you and I are talking in person, maybe in depth about the accident. We talked a couple times and shit like that, but like what? Not harping on like what happened, and then like the rebound effect of like you say you're only 25, but I look at you as like, man, you're way more mature than Lil Ray.
Yeah.
Prior to the accident. Right, you're way more mature than the average 25-year-old. You have a lot more maturity than a lot of guys I know that in their 30s and 40s. And it goes back to a thought process that I tell people: time doesn't mature a man, life experiences does. True. And you dealt with something traumatic, which I'm pretty sure wasn't your first traumatic thing, but this is something traumatic that happened directly to you, affects you, and the only one that can get you out of it is you, right? So walk us through like the accident, like the mindset of when it happened, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then what was that switch that like now you're a pilot? Like, everybody's like, oh, you could think of the bad, but in my head I'm like, that's little bro, he gonna bounce back.
Yeah, that mindset though is literally the mindset I had. You know, it's adaptability. Like I said, I'm the youngest, so you always have to adapt. You always have to adapt. Like, that's just life in general. So what happened, I was coming home from work. I've always had a job since I was 16. Coming home from work.
We some motherfucking workers.
Look, you got to, man. You got to.
Where were you working?
So I was working in some like factory in, like, no, it was like social circle areas. So, that's like
on the back roads.
Yeah, back roads.
Like going towards
Covington. Yeah, Covington Conyers area, right? So
the back roads is the worst, bro.
Yeah,
There's no
it was
lights.
Nothing.
When the trees fall or deer's out, bro, those are some of the worst. I choose going over the highway, even if it is 10, 15 extra miles, but where y'all were living at, it's on the back road.
Yeah, it's nothing but back roads. I mean, it's
take the back road to get to the highway.
Yeah, so that the crazy part about it was when I was working at a different spot before that was in town, and then they were having some issues in the sense of like this is business wise, but I mean they bounced back. I love that company, by the way. Like they're cool. So I mean they always looked out for me too, anyways. But I was just I needed a job, right? We're all, like you said, we're some worker. I need a job. If you sit too idle, it's like, man, I need to do something. So
I gotta go do something.
I gotta do something.
You get that drive from like, bruh, I know your family, like, we're like this, bro. Like, everybody in your family's hustlers. Like, from your dad, always on. Brad,
my mom,
how much time I spent at your house and, like, dad, always working. Same. If you go to my house, dad, always works. Like, you just see that work ethic.
I think if you have an example, you follow an example, right? I have an example to follow.
Yeah, you had them. You had your brothers in sports and everything.
Everything.
Like that,
I've always had some type of example. And if I don't have an example, I'm going to look at myself like I'm the example, right? So in this situation, I am the example to a lot of people, So I was coming home from work. It was one of those days where it was like raining, bright, stormy, raining, bright. It was like one of those weird days. It was the weirdest day for real. And so I was literally 5 minutes from my house. A Silverado versus 18, we were at a head-on collision.
Damn.
And so after the like in the accident, right? The ambulance came and all that other stuff. They said I was awake the whole time. I'm like, I think my brain just kind of shut the first thing that I like remember for real was me in the ambulance saying, "Hey, where we going?" Like just talking like, "Hey, where we going?" And they're just like, "We're going to the ambulance. Just sit back and go back to sleep." I was like, "All right, appreciate you guys. Like we appreciate you. Just go back to sleep."
Your leg was
I didn't know anything. right? But
you probably concussed and your adrenaline.
I didn't have
through the roof. Bro.
It was probably through the roof. Like they said, I was up the whole time, so like I didn't pass out or anything. I'm telling you, my brain just did me a favor. It's like, you don't need to remember this. Like, you're good. Like, you were here, but I got you. Like, it was just me looking out for myself, you know? So I wake up in the in ICU, and I have this external defibrillator, and so it's like pinned to my thigh, pinned to like what's left of right here in my foot, right? And I'm thinking in my head, you know, when am I gonna get a boot to get out of here?
Yeah.
You know, but the waking thought is, you know, all my siblings are all spread out, you know, so I'm waking up, I'm like, my mom's there, my dad's there, all three of my brothers are there, all three of my sisters. I'm like, oh, why is everyone in the hospital? What's going on? Like, I'm just gonna get a boot and get out. It's just an accident, I'm good. And then so, you know, another day passed by and I'm over here, like I'm fighting infections. There's glass, it was burnt, dirt, oil. It was wrecked. It was really like wrecked. Like I have pictures of it because I wanted to see it because I'm one of those like I just want to see it. Like
that's me. I'm like, hey man, when I had them playing in my arm when I was in Thailand and I had got that surgery, I was just like, I want to see what that looked like.
Right. I'm fascinated by things like that. I mean, because I'm just fascinated by things like that. It's no crazy thing. So I'm in there, and then like 2 or 3 days pass by, and they're, you know, I'm asking like when I'm gonna get a boot, when I'm gonna get out of here, cause like I gotta go. What are we doing? Why are we in here? Let me get a boot and get out. And so I remember that I was asking the nurse one time, and it was like, you know, when am I gonna get a boot and get out? And then I'm looking at the nurse as she looks at me, and she glances at my dad, and my dad. So I heard the story. My dad was looking at her like, you better not tell him. You better not tell him, right? And then so, you know, she was like, oh, well, you know, let me get the doctor and, you know, come in or whatever.
Avoiding it.
Everyone's like, all right, what's going on,
like,
you know?
Like it's the plague. Like, hey, man, don't nobody say nothing, but.
And so the doctor comes in and she explains to me what's going on. You was in a car accident. You know, you're fighting infections, all of those stuff. You know, you've had surgeries and everything, and you only have two options right now. We can either, you know, you can either put a metal rod in your leg where the femur is at, connect it to your foot, and do some skin grafts and cover it up and stuff like that. But you'll have a metal rod in your foot, so my foot would always be straight.
Oh,
right?
it'll always be.
Yeah,
like this.
There's no bending because my knee was. So my knee was like out of this, like broken, shattered. There's a picture of it just hanging on, like out the skin, hanging on. My tibia was shattered. My not my tibia, what's the other? The fibula. Their one was just completely they stopped counting. That's what they stopped counting. It was like, it was bad. And it was just wrecked. So it was like, you can either have a metal rod, do skin grafts, you know, you're going to have a couple surgeries, really like 10 to 15 surgeries for the skin grafts.
Surgeries,
yeah.
bro. Where
I've had
skin from, bro?
That's what I'm saying. They were telling me like they're going to pull the skin from here. I was like, all right. And then so the other option is you can amputate your leg, you know, and, you know, we can amputate your leg, you get a prosthetic, and you can live your life through that. And after she got done explaining everything, I said, you can take the leg. Like, just like that. I'm serious. He's like, you can take the leg. And everyone in the room just got quiet when I said that. I was like,
what?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, you can take the leg. Like, I'm cool with you taking the leg. And I explained it to him. They was like, you know, well, we're going to give you some time to think about it. My mom was in the room at the time. He was like, we'll just let them think about it, whatever. I'm like, when doctor left, I explained to my mom, I was like, I've seen, at the time, there was a guy in the Olympics running with a prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, I'm thinking in my head, the cons of me having a metal rod is like, I won't be able to drive. I won't be able to do anything. I won't be able to do anything. At that point, everything is hard, right? I wouldn't even be able to use the bathroom, literally. So I was like, no, let's take my leg. I've seen people do this. I'm the type to do this. I am built for this. Like, all right, cool. So everyone was like, I explained it to them. They was like, what?
To have that thought process at a very young age, and no one thinks in your teenage years, before you just turned 20, no one thinks that, for the next 40, 60 plus years, what will life be out without a leg?
Yeah.
Like, no one thinks that.
Right.
But now it's like, boom, here are your options. And you're like, man, I done seen motherfuckers run track in
sports
with a prosthetic. Sign me up. But the family's not thinking about it. They just know there's no.
They're more shocked than me. I think they were more shocked than me. It's like, if I'm set with two choices, I'm gonna pick the better half. I'm not waiting around. It's like, I'm very decisive. Like, yo, cut it. I'm good with it. I'll figure it out. But I also knew that if I had a metal rod in my leg, I'm trying to be a pilot because I just got my private pilot's license.
Yeah.
So that took me a minute to get a lot of like, bro, like, I'm already thinking,
like, I gotta be a pilot.
I got it. Like, this is what I want to do. I'm really pursuing this. So it's like, that played a lot in the decision where it's like, I know if I have a metal rod, I won't be able to do anything. I won't be able to do anything with the prosthetic. I can figure this out. Like, I could be independent and kind of do what I need to do. So they were just shocked. Like, everyone was just shocked that I just came up with that. It's crazy.
So where I don't want to impose my thought process on it because I have my own thoughts on it. But
I do want to hear it.
Where do you think you developed that or you saw that? Because that's not a thing that most people go through it in their head and they suffer in their head more than they do in real life. And you just said, man, fuck it, take the leg. I'ma find a way. That's a level of fuck it that most people, when I say wish, they can't have it. They just don't because they're afraid of risk, they're afraid of work, they're afraid of like so many things. But like you kind of had that at 20. Your whole family is around you. You like, are y'all good? Because I'm good. Right. They gonna take the leg. I'll be all right. They're like, nah, why don't you think about it? You're like, yeah, I kind of thought about it already. I already got this license. Like, there's a dude in the Olympics with no leg. Like,
right.
I'll do it. But that's where I think I heard, I don't know if it was Will Smith or there was another speaker that said it was like, just make the decision. Once you make the decision is easy. It's now, once you make the decision, it's just doing the work. Mm-hmm. But most people tiptoe around the decision because they don't want to do the work. I'm like, well, I want to go in business for myself. And then somebody says, well, but you got to quit your job. But I don't have the time. But I don't have to. You're like, nah, bro. I'm going to business for myself. We're going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. So everything that presents itself, you figure out how can you do it, not why can't you do it.
Right.
Right. So you had that. Did you feel like you had that prior to?
Yeah, I've always had that. I feel like I've always had that, right? I'm very decisive. I think a lot. Like, I'm a thinker, right? I grew up thinking, right? Because it's like, I want to own my own business. So it's like, all right, well, you're going to have to put in work. It's like, I play sports. Like, that sports background, it really does show that. It's like, if you put the hard work in and you understand what's going on, you can reach heights that that you didn't even think is possible. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think I was just raised like that. I think I have examples. You were an example. My brother's an example. Yeah. My sisters, my mom, my dad. Like, I just have examples. My friends, they literally are just examples of, like, if they can do it, why can't I? It's like the question is, why me? It's like, yeah, why me? It's like, because I can do it, right? It's like, you can do it.
Why not you? Right?
Yeah, why not you? Yeah. Right? Exactly. Why not you?
Favorite things. And people say, like, man, one of my favorite outlooks. So shout out to Russ, is one of my favorite artists, right? Mm-hmm. You know Russ, like the musician, right? And it was like, there's like, what if it doesn't work? And he says, well, what if it works better? What if it works out better than I could have ever imagined?
There you go.
And in my head, like, you looked at my schedule and all that stuff. You're like, bro, you busy all the fucking time. You got a vision board up. There's 13 of it. It's like, podcast, like, yeah, because in my head, I think, like, what if this shit continues to work out better than I ever thought? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I had one back surgery, car accident. You might not walk straight. And I said, fuck walking straight. What if I could be a professional athlete?
Right. Like, there you go.
Fuck that. Fuck what doctors are saying. Then it's like, all right, level up. Now I'm not just a professional athlete. What if I could teach other people how to rehab their body and get better? So I started like taking a passion for physical fitness and corrective exercise and like PT. And then I was like, okay, well, what about this? And how about doing this the right way? And then learned about nutrition. It's like, what if all this stuff works out better than you ever imagined? And right now I'm at a point in my life where I tell people I own the most valuable thing. I don't make a ton of money yet. I don't own a lot of businesses yet because I'm like, it's a yet. Because now I know how to get there. I've done it in one area. Now I can do it in other areas, right? And it's like, what if this turns out better than I could have ever imagined? Before I was just like, oh man, I want to make the UFC and I want to be a great fighter. But it's like, what if on your way to becoming a great, not just a great fighter, you become a role model, you become a martial artist, you become a coach, you become a speaker, you become this influence that helps spread positivity, to help people overcome battles. It's like, that's way better than just, I'm a cool fighter.
Right.
It's like, there are a lot of cool fighters out there that just once the body goes, you just said it. The mind is like, well, now what? I can't wrap my head around not fighting because that's all you have. But you already thought at an early age, like, I'm just good at sports. I really want to use my head.
Right.
Where most people, when they have what we call as talent or the athletic ability, they say, oh, this is all I want to do because I'm good at it. And then when they run into external problems or external things, it kind of like, they back down, or it's like, bro, I done trained with so many people, football, but soccer, MMA, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, that are just talented.
Right.
Work ethic?
Hey, man, look.
Nothing, bro.
I
It's like, bro, how far you gonna go?
Yeah. One of the life lessons is one of the things with sports. Like, sports to me is valuable in life because it teaches you discipline, teaches you, like, adversity. It teaches you that, you know, there might be someone stronger than you, but if you have the work ethic, if you have just the fundamentals down, you can beat them, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes is, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard.
Yes.
So what if you have talent and you working hard, brother? You can achieve so much.
So that's what I tell people when they're like, first of all, let's just go ahead and throw it out there. Equality don't exist. There's no such thing as equality. Right? Me and LeBron James are both men.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing equal about us.
No, I ain't even trying to see LeBron.
I weigh 158. All right, I'm 5'7". This motherfucker a whole foot taller than me, a whole 100 pounds more than me. He can run up and down. And Jordan's like, he might be talented when it comes genetically, right? But his work ethic is
crazy.
Beyond that. It's beyond. And so when people say, man, that person's talented, man, if I was built like that, I'm like, you know how many LeBron James is walking around this planet who don't have the work ethic because their physical assets or abilities have been easy to them. And then I go on the flip side of that for people who are extremely smart. Like, oh, all these things are so easy to you that you just navigate regularly. It's like, well, you should be doing the same thing that all the other athletes are doing, putting yourself in those mental spaces that force you to be uncomfortable, that force you to use that work ethic to like drive whatever it is that you want to drive, like whatever your greatness is. Now, I've come to the realization that I used to think everybody thought like how we did growing up.
You'll realize they don't.
They don't.
They don't. You'll realize they don't.
What do you mean? Like, if we grew up, it's a group of us, all right? Say it's all the boys, we're hanging out. One of us ain't got no job. One of us ain't shit at relationships. One of us has got a poor skill. We not gonna baby you. We like, hey, you a lazy motherfucker, bro. You an ain't shit ass dude, bro. You got kids, you don't take care. And we gonna talk shit about you because that's just how we are.
That's just our tough love. And
That's
it's like, bro, we're trying to motivate you, but we're not finna baby you to do it because we can't put the work in for you, right? We can't put the work in for you. You gotta do it yourself.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I've definitely lived with that. It's like, there's no problem with being weak. The problem is staying weak. That's crazy.
We're gonna clip that one more time. There's no problem in being weak. The problem is in staying weak.
For sure.
That is the truth. That is the truth. It's like, hey, if you know lifting weights can make you stronger, but you don't do it, you got a weak mind.
Yeah.
All right? It's okay if you're not good at lifting whatever many pounds versus this person, but like, hey, do you even go in there and attempt it and to do it for yourself? So it's like, hey, there's no problem in, and that's why I tell people, like, there's a difference between like being ignorant to something, because like ignorance is just not knowing, but it's like, yo, with the internet you can know about anything. But we
Google
just choose
in your hand
to know about who the best sports team is, and we know the LeBron stats and MJ stats, and Kobe had this many finals, and when he was with Shaq, it's like, damn. I heard one of my favorite speakers is Eric Thomas. He says, some of y'all know LeBron stats better than you know your own stats.
Hey, man, that might be it, bro. That might be it.
You know how many finals he's been in. You know how many points he done scored. You know where he's at on the scoring list. Right. You know how many minutes he plays per game. You know his stats better than you know your own stats. You ain't even got no stats.
And it be like that.
Put up your stats. How many years in college? How many
What'd you do? Yeah.
What'd you do? Okay, not in college. How many years in business? How many L's did you take? How many finals in business have you been to?
Yeah.
Like, you know another motherfucker's stats better than you know your own. So like, the issue isn't the skill set, it's the mindset, right? Like for me, now I'm like, yo, it's crazy when I sit back and look at my career. I'm like, damn, I've had 17 fights. I got 2 losses. I fought for titles this many times. I've been to this many countries. I'm like, fuck, I got my own stats now.
Right.
And I'm like, well, shit. Now I want to launch another business. I want to do this. I just want to, not pad my stats, but I want to have stats.
I know. Trust me, pad those stats. Pad the stats. Why not, bro? Why not? Especially, and to me, it's like, padding stats in sports is way different than padding stats in like the real world type of thing. So it's
you
like
need the little wins.
In the real world, celebrate all the little wins. Celebrate every win, right? Celebrate every win. Learn from every loss. That you have to, because you won't be able to grow if you don't. You won't be able to have experiences. I mean, like even when you were talking about, LeBron has all the genetics, right? But it's like, so he can have all that stuff, but even me, right? I'm a pilot and I only have one leg, but I finessed it. I'm using my brain. I'm using technique to figure out how to get to where I want to get to, how to maneuver this plane and all that stuff. It's like, it's just hard work. And if some people are scared to do hard work, for sure.
Man, so I'll be honest with you. I had a time in my life where I was afraid to do hard work, but not because the work was hard. I was afraid of the places I would have to go in order to get the results that I wanted. Because I'm a little bit crazy, if you haven't noticed.
I mean,
right?
We all like that.
We all like that.
Everyone has
you
that.
understand that, right? You understand that. I'm pretty sure there was times that you had doubt.
They're crazy to say cut the leg off after the doctor. That's crazy.
Yeah,
no one thinks that.
You mean take the leg? Hold on. You mean like
all the way up?
It ain't no leg. Like, ain't gonna be no ghost leg there.
I mean, it's crazy to be a pilot. It's crazy. A lot of things are crazy until you start doing it and then understand that it's not crazy. It's something different.
It's different.
People don't understand. Like,
it's hard to see what you've never seen, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to see what you've never seen. So let's get into look, this is beyond my level of knowledge, but we're gonna let the pilot do all the explaining. Because I had a friend who his son is a pilot, and when he asked me the question, I'm like, I don't know. And he wasn't questioning like, I don't think your little brother's a pilot. I was just like, I don't know how to answer this because I don't know shit about piloting a plane. Because he was like, oh, is it like single propeller? Is it this? Is it that? I was like,
hey man, I'm multi-rated, so
I was like, I don't know. So his son is a pilot, and he was just asking me. He was like, I wonder, because it went from him like, hold on, he's a pilot with one plane. Because at first he was like trying to wrap his head around.
Right, it's different.
And then he was like, hold on, how does he
use the rudders?
That's
the common question.
That was like the first thing he said, and I was like, hey man, I only got brake and gas. I don't even got a clutch.
Right, it's
I
like,
drive a regular car,
different.
dog. Like I don't know. So kind of take us through like if you could explain it in layman's terms, like the basics, obviously needing all your limbs to fly, and like how you've adapted and overcome that struggle period. Because you told me you're 280 hours before getting the
1,000 hours I need for the restricted ATP. I need it.
All right, so I don't know all the acronyms. What does that mean?
Restricted ATP, airline transport pilot. Okay. That's when you can start flying in the airlines.
Oh.
Yes. I'm close.
My God. So 280 hours away from getting the certification is called
a ATP license.
ATP license.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's pretty lit.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that's a big one.
So basically, when you're flying, you do have to use the rudders, right? That's how you steer on the ground.
That's with your feet?
With your feet, yeah.
With your pedals,
with the pedal. So it's left and right. So it's like the steering wheel. You turn it right. You turn it left, right. Your feet. If you want to go right, you push right. If you want to go left, you push left. Okay. But on top of that, the brakes are on top of the rudders. So you teach them. I'm a CFI, so I teach my students. You push with your heel and you push the brakes.
Fly. You teach people to fly.
Yeah, I teach people to fly. I teach people to
fly. There's levels.
Yeah. I mean, there are levels, right? Yeah. Because I got my private, had my accident. From my accident, I got my instrument rating, my commercial rating, my CFI, my double CFI, and I just got my multi. So it's like there's ratings.
Boom,
it's ratings. It's like that's how you can show I want this. Like I want it because it's like, all right, I got the first thing and then I got 5 other ratings after that.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't like, oh, I got it. I'm good now.
Yeah, it's like no, like you have to prove that you're here, right? Like every time you go for another rating, you get a check ride. So whenever you're using the multi, I have a mentor who was flying the C-130s for the military, who also has a prosthetic leg. Yeah. And so it's like boys. Them big boys for the military.
So Austin, I was just on the phone with Austin. He's been in 3 tours.
Oh,
so nice. He's been overseas 3 times, and fortunate enough, he's been back every time.
Yeah, that's fortunate.
And but he's got friends that's done all kind of crazy. He's like, oh, he pulled up like C-130 films. I was like, yo,
they're huge,
this ain't nothing like Call of Duty.
They're different. I mean, the planes they're huge. Like they're huge planes. But my mentor told me, he was like, look. To fly in the airlines, he flew the C-130, he flew Dick Cheney and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He was like, you need to at least apply, you had at least bare minimum need to be able to push 135 pounds with your prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
So I literally trained to try to do this stuff. It's
oh,
like
okay.
I know what he already told me what to expect, right?
Yeah.
Even with my multi-rated, it's you have to push with your foot and you have to just lock it there. So your leg could be shaking because this is a a heavy aircraft that could be yawing anything. You can lose your life. So it's he taught me the technique. He told me about the technique. I tried the technique, found my own like little niche with it because the thing he couldn't answer the pilot questions because pilot is so niche.
Yeah.
Like it's very specific to like there is terminology for this. They don't even use alphabet. They use the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah.
So alpha, Bravo, Charlie, all that. That's how they use it. So it's unique and I love it because that's the mental challenge that I like. And then on top of the mental challenge, it's the physical part. It's like, oh yeah, this is right. This is a sport to me. It's like I want to be the best. So it's like, and it's also cool.
Right, but hold on, ain't no sport out there where you got to fight Mother Nature.
I mean,
surfing, maybe snowboarding.
Snowboarding,
yeah.
Football, you got to fight Mother Nature when it's snowing outside, when it's raining.
Right.
You're also fighting against other men, which is, a product of Mother Nature as well. So, it's. If you know what you're doing, you can avoid a lot of crazy scenarios, right? And so when you're using the brake, so I thrust with my hip, right? So I'm using my hip to push on the left side, and then when it comes to the brakes, I just put my foot on the brake,
okay,
and I just push, and
so you just adapted to where you have
it's like second
heightened
nature.
level feel with your foot. So what I realized is like, because I've been driving so long with my right foot, I know exactly when to push and pull back. But then if I put it on the brake, it would feel
different.
It'll feel a little different. Or if I went with left foot, I would it would feel a little different.
Yeah,
so you just develop that type of feel even with your prosthetic. You still have like that kind of body-mind connection.
I literally, once you learn how to fly, you don't really lose it, right? So even because when you have a prosthetic, you lose some kind of a limb, you're like colorblind or something, you have to go and get a SOTA, statement of demonstrated ability, right? Okay. That's where the FAA, who's in charge of all aviation, they say, hey, you got to demonstrate that you're able to fly this aircraft safely, right?
Yeah. So
I did all the paperwork, I trained, I already had my private, so I was training for instrument at the time, and there was like, they sent me my medical to train for my SOTA, and then I went and did my SOTA with the FAA inspector. He was like, oh, you're good, right? So it was like, you're good, it was more than that. He was like, you're good. He tested me to ensure I can get in and out the aircraft in case of an emergency. I flew the plane, he got taxied. He told me like an emergency, full power, you got to stop this aircraft or something's going to happen. Like he tested me thoroughly.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. And then, but the thing with that was like, when I got back in the aircraft, there was a little bit of doubt, right? It was like,
can I still do it?
Can I still do it, right? Because so it goes, I was in the hospital for a month, that in ICU for a week, the regular room for 2 weeks, going through all those surgeries, and then after that I was in rehab for a week, and they just kicked me out of rehab because of the I healed really quick, so I was working after 6 months, and I was back flying after a year. Right,
like that is like boom, 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 boom.
And
were you doing like PT almost every day?
No, I didn't. I taught myself how to walk in this leg. Like Like it was very much just the will to like, bro, I want to do this. And it was like energy, like you. It was like, oh, he's gonna be all right. Like, and it was like, but it was like in goodwill though.
When I saw that, I was like, little bro gonna be all right.
No, and that's that goodwill though. Like there was a lot of people reaching out to me, and just like random people that I see, it's like they reach out and it was like, you're gonna be all right. It's like, I believe in that. So it's like, I believe it, and then y'all believe it as well. It's like, that's like it's like the spirit bomb with Goku. He was like, I need all your energy, right? I swear it was something. It was like that for me. The way it was like so many, like I got it, but then
had that moment in my pro debut.
Yeah, it was like everyone that energy propels you.
Was there, and like everybody's like different moment.
Yeah.
But the reason why that moment was like that for me, it felt like a spirit bomb, is because I had 5-6 years of training. I had like 6 years of training, and when nobody knew it, only people like you knew it. People like my sister and them knew it. Facebook ain't know it. I'm just this dude out here doing jiu-jitsu tournaments, and then it was like, y'all saw me like fighting more, and then it was like, oh, I'll post a little bit, and it was like, oh, this dude has a whole amateur career, and it was like, okay, he's winning belts. He's winning 2 belts. Who winning 3 belts? Hold on, is this dude gonna go pro? And then like I went pro, and I remember all the times that I had doubted myself, but I also remember all the times I had believed in myself. And like I would put myself through these vision experiments where my coach was like, hey, lock yourself in a dark room, like put your walkout music on, see yourself walking out to, the big.
Oh, we do that in pilot.
Yeah, see yourself walking out through the big stage. She's like, if you're a person that likes when a crowd boos you, have everybody boo. If you're a person that and I just remember them, like, I just remember in my head, it was like, come and just say, Amun, boom. And it was like, and it was like this thing. And then so when it happened, and then I beat the dude, minute, 40-something seconds, and I step back and I just go like this, I feel everybody just like, and it's like, I believed in me. And now I believe in me so much that all the people who doubted me, now believe in me.
Yeah.
And the people that believed in me on the way is now just making it more. So in those times of doubt where I did feel like that, I had like those moments where it's like, shit, I believe in me. So when people say, man, I see you on your journey doing your thing, I'm like, I appreciate it. I don't mean no disrespectful way, but I believe in my journey too. I just appreciate that you gave me love too. That's like a little
just pour it in the cup.
Pour it in the cup, right?
Yeah, because man, I had so many people reach out, and it showed me because going through it, I had like 7 surgeries, and like I was having 2 surgeries a week. So it was like, it was intense, but it's like, I'm still standing on this. And it's like, I want to achieve something. It's like the only person that can do anything for you is you. So it's like, all right, like that's just my mindset, So it's like I had to lock in, right? And so when you're flying and when you like achieve something, because every flight is an achievement, but like when you pass a check ride and when you're like the studying pays off to where like you go in there and you actually like know what you're talking about and like you just have like dang,
it's a different level of confidence that you walk with, right?
It is. I mean, it is, because it's, how you were talking about how you were just visualizing everything. Man, I tell my students I was chair flying. Like I'm literally in the plane sitting there pushing buttons, making sure like, all right, what if the wind's doing this? What am I doing? Like I am chair flying, going through maneuvers, studying. Like it takes work, right?
You're doing what you did as an athlete in real life. And I think most athletes, because if you think about it, all the people that play every high school sport, not just football, every high school sport, the amount of them that become professional athletes in that sport is like
little
1% of 1%.
Yeah.
Yet there's hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of high school athletes out there, and none of them will never touch
the NFL field,
the NFL, the NBA, the MLS, like soccer, like
hockey,
baseball, anything,
right?
Professional level. I didn't say good professional. I said about just being professional, right? But if they took the same discipline, work ethic, mindset, overcoming fear, doubt, having a team that come out, if they had that and they took that and they applied it to everyday life, how much more successful would they be, right?
So much.
So it seems like you've taken that same mindset of all the stuff you did being the youngest, all the stuff you did seeing your brothers and your family and everybody kind of paved the way. You're like, oh, this is just the way you do shit.
Yeah,
you just work hard, have a good attitude. If something fucks up, you just figure it out, make a decision, keep going. And it's like you've taken this, now you have like a more mature aspect of it. You said something, you was like you visualize it, right? And like you tell your students. And I heard something not too long ago, and he said, you said this. You said, like, nobody's coming to save me, bro. I got to do this on my own. Like, ain't nobody going to do the work for me. And it's a gentleman. I don't remember the guy's name, but he said, there comes a time in every young boy's life where it's time for him to become a man. He says, and the time in that young boy's life is when he realized that no one's coming around to save him. And he comes and saves himself. That's when he becomes a man. And when I heard that, I instantly took myself back to when I risked everything and I moved to California at 18 to go play football when I never even played high school football. People were telling me, yo, you didn't play high school football, you can't play college. And I was like, nah, you can't play. I just got recruited off of backyard football tape.
Right.
Like,
I remember that.
I remember that. Yeah. I went to college and it's like, I outlasted 6 of college recruits, like 6 cuts. We went from 150 something people to 96 on the roster. I made that. And I was like, yo, that point in time is like where I realized I was out there. I got evicted. I was homeless. I was working through injury, working at Burger King, trying to pay rent. Like just life was fucking crushing me. And I realized, like, hey, no one's coming to save you, motherfucker. Like, either you gonna get it or you're not.
Yeah.
And so you made that decision. It seems like you made that decision and you had to keep making that decision. So now making those decisions are easier. Not easier.
It's just natural. It's
it's
second nature because when I was training to, you know, get my instrument rated and get my SOTA, like when you lose a leg, right, or a limb, you have something called phantom pain.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's nerve.
It's nerve, right? So I describe it as like you're ever like your arm falls asleep and you feel like the dots, or you also feel like the TV screen, like the little old black. Oh man. So
I had nerve pain with both my car accidents, left and right.
You know
and
the feeling.
Shoulder. Yeah, I've had
and
it's weird.
It's the weirdest. So I have like 4 sensations with it though. It's like I have the jagged. I'm getting stabbed with like a jagged knife. You know, I'm just having like the throbbing of like just straight pain. Yeah. And then it's just like I'm just feeling it. And then there's like a euphoric feeling in a way of like it's like, oh, I feel normal, like because I'm not normal per se. I make it seem like it's normal. I'm not normal, right? It's like I know what normal felt like before, and I went through something, and now it's like, oh, this is what I don't feel anything. Like, it's like, whoa, like it's kind of euphoric. It's like, oh, nothing happened to me. So, you forget.
As a pro athlete, for me, it's like when I don't have an injury, I'm like, oh, is this what it feels like to not have a neck or this or this? Because it's like, yo, it's combat sports, or you're like football. If it's not an ankle, it's the knee. If it's not a knee, it's the shoulder. If it's not a shoulder, it's the neck. If it's not a neck, it's the thing. It's something. Always, bro, you're talking about. For the pro level guys, you're talking about 16, 18 game level season, plus if you make playoffs, like, bro, you're hurt all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So then when you don't feel hurt, like for me, I'm like, oh shit. Because when I'm training for a fight, I'm fighting. So I'm like, oh man, everything feels good. Like, I forgot what it felt like to feel this. But that doesn't last long because...
Then you're back into it, right?
But, all right, man, that's awesome. I think it's important for people out there to know that, like, everybody goes through obstacles, and
when adversity hits, never quit.
When adversity hits, never quit, right? There's no shame in being weak. The shame is in staying weak, right? It's like, if you're alive, there is a way. If you've seen somebody else do it, you know it's possible. And if you haven't seen anybody else do it, it's still possible.
Right.
Maybe you can be that one to make it possible. All right. So we're gonna do a quick game. Overrated. Underrated.
All
you gotta say
underrated.
The first thing that comes to your head, and you gotta give me like a 10-second explanation on why or why not. We're gonna try and get it in under 60 seconds, okay? All right. So we're gonna start off. Overrated or underrated, Jalen Hurts?
Underrated.
Oh,
underrated,
why?
Man, Jalen Hurts has been a winner his whole... Like, if your narrative is you're a winner, you're a winner. Come on, like, that is your narrative, and he's been to the playoffs every time.
But he doesn't throw a lot. He doesn't do a lot.
Is that what y'all wanted to see? Is that what y'all wanted to see?
All right. Overrated or underrated? Dallas Cowboys.
Overrated.
Overrated, man.
Come on, man.
You know I had to do that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't need no explanation. Overrated.
All right. Overrated or underrated? College.
Underrated.
Okay.
College definitely gives you your first hand of being on your own. It also shows you, like, it makes you multitask. So, you know, you're in college, you have to study for class, and you have to make sure you pass, and you're also on your own. So now you're, like, giving that first adult taste of life and the responsibility of working an adult job as well, because school isn't a job. It's a job, so.
Boom.
Underrated.
I like that. I think it's overrated for the time that they ask you to do it. So it's like, hey, as soon as you get out of high school, go to college. Figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life.
But it takes time though. It's a 4 year. It takes craft to get there though, right? Nothing happens over time. You don't wake up and you're good at something. So you have to take time. I mean, the prices may be overrated, but
yeah, prices big overrated. All right. I believe if it was more affordable and it didn't cost as much to get an education, a lot more people would do it.
Technical school though.
Technical school.
2 years. You in there. You're getting your hands-on training. It's not expensive. The government pays for it, and you come out and you actually make some money. Boom. Technical school.
Go to technical school. All right. It's better to have some kind of skill than to have a degree and not use it.
That's true. That's very true.
All right. Last one. Overrated or underrated? Growing up in the country.
Underrated, man. Underrated. Country life is fire, man.
Country life is fire.
Country life is fire. I like it.
When I was younger, I used to say, man, I hate this shit. And then I started growing up, I'm like, I love this shit.
I mean, nothing's better than peace.
Nothing better than peace, right? You can't get that in the city.
Yeah, I mean,
the city is too crowded.
Just get the country close enough to the city, but also zombie apocalypse, you're in the city, yeah. So,
all right, y'all got it. All right, any final closing statements? I do want to mention a book. All right, each podcast, I try and recommend a book that I've read. I have some kind of like some keynotes. I read this a long time ago, and I heard this called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and I first heard it from one of like famous motivational speakers called Les Brown. Called Les Brown, and some of the ways he would just like verbalize "as a man thinketh," it's like so shall he be, or so shall he become, and it's like like who you are starts in here, not out here. But we always judge what we do externally without like fixing the internal, right? It's like if you have a nice house and it has termites on the inside and you keep throwing paint over the outside to make it look good, you sell it, but then when somebody walks in the house, it's like, whoa, this house is like, it's crap. So it's like, well, you gotta gut out the inside and you have to start from the inside, and then when the inside looks good, it doesn't take anything to put a coat of paint over the outside or like fix the outside up, but it's always gonna take more work to do it internally. And I read this, I think at 25 or 26, and it's very thought-provoking. I read a lot of thought-provoking things and things that just make you think more instead of answering statements. It asks questions, and that was one that I want to kind of, especially for young men or someone with your mindset, right? It's like what you think is what you became, and yeah, you might have had doubt and fear and a lot of stuff along your journey, but your initial thought was, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna make a way," and now you became the person that you needed to be for there. And then now it's about becoming the next person you need to be based off where you're currently at now. So that's the book that I'm going to recommend. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. Do you have anything any final thoughts, shout outs, where people can find you, stuff going on in the aerospace area I don't know about? Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave the people with?
Final thoughts would probably be, never give up. Honestly, if you want to do something, actually do it. Give it a chance to do what you want to do first before you give up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving up as well, but try it first, right? Try it first. And also, just flying, you should do it, right? You should do it. At least take a discovery flight.
Convincing people to be pilots.
No, for real, because we need more people to fly, right? That's a thing, and it's fun to do, right? It's something you should do, and I mean.
So when people say like, "Oh man, I want a job where I can travel."
I mean, you're a pilot, you travel, right? But it does take hard work, right? So everything you do, give it 100%. Just give it 100%. Also, this shirt, shout out to the Weirdo Collection. Go find it. TheWeirdoCollection.com. Go look at it. It's one of my friend's brands.
Okay, nice.
And just enjoy life, right? Take it a step at a time. What is it? One play at a time.
Yeah.
And fly eagles fly.
Fly eagles fly. You heard it.
Man.
All right, so we got to make this little pat right here. Like say, look, I'm 33 now. Let's say between the ages of 40 to 45, I'm not saying I'll own up my own private jet, because that kind of wealth is not like, what driving me. But if I had a business that could afford to get a private jet, would you be in a position to where I could hire you to be the pilot?
So
I don't know what that looks like on the pilot end.
I mean, well, my thing is, my ultimate goal is to own some jets anyway and have pilots. So you can just come to me, right?
All right, so by the time between 40 and 45, if I'm still alive, I hit you up if we need to take a flight.
For sure. Let's
go.
Here. Let's go. Yeah.
All right, that's it, guys.